Hey y'all, this is AL Think Madame, and this is the recap review for Love and Marriage Huntsville. So yes, I already know I look crazy. Listen, y'all don't understand. Yesterday, instead of me going to sleep, I sat up there and was watching Larry Reid live, revealing all of this stuff. And when I went to sleep, instead of my bang being down here like it was, I was sleeping like this. Like, I was so tired of my spirit. Y'all, look. Not the bang, the bang, no, not the bang. I already know it look rough, I know. And I know some of y'all think I'm a bald head scallywag, ain't got no handbag, gelled up, weaved up, your hair's messed up. I understand that, but I big chopped a year ago. And I actually big chopped twice because my hair in the front is like on the straightish side. And so I was like, I could have swore I cut all of the relaxed hair off. So what is going on here? So I ended up big chopping twice. So yeah, there's that. But a year ago, my hair was shorter than what it is now. Now I know that because of the product that I have in my hair, y'all think I'm bald head, but I'm not. So let's get into it. You know, just for y'all to understand that I'm not a bald head scallywag. Okay, so there we go. That's just one of my curls. Let me put some product on that so it can be back where it was. Because once I'm done doing that, it's going to shrink back up and look raggedy if I don't do what needs to be done for it to get back to what it needs to be. But yeah, I have hair. I have hair. Like, I have hair. And when I big chopped last year, those of y'all who were following me didn't know because I had my hair in protective styling because I actually wanted my hair in those styles during those times. Not because I big chopped, it was just because I really wanted to do those styles and I hadn't really done certain hairstyles in quite some time. So I was like, yeah, let me do that. So yeah, y'all, I have hair. I just have a really, really tight coils. So yeah, that's what my hair be looking like. Be looking just like that, but it's really, really tight. But I have hair. Like, if I wanted to straighten it out, I would be able to have some for real hang time. So yeah, I'm just saying, listen. So anyway, now that I've done that, like, y'all, I have to do something to kind of like calm my nerves down because all that Kelly Price stuff tore my nerves all the way down to the ground. So listen. Anyway, let's go ahead and get into this episode. So the episode started out with everybody the next day at the house after the blow up between Melody and Martell, right? And the guys are outside playing basketball, minus Martell at the moment, but they're talking about everything that has happened. And, you know, they're trying to kind of be like, oh, well, I understand why she said what she said, and I understand why he's saying what he's saying. But at the same time, don't make it seem like she's not valid in doing what she's doing. But at the same time, in my mind, I'm just like, okay, I'm gonna need for you to understand that the children are of age and they understand what's going on. So they are going to hear this stuff at some point in time. They are going to hear the music. I don't feel like she is going around saying, y'all daddy trash. This is the song I made about him. Y'all sing it with me. Your daddy is trash and he cheated on me. Oh, my daddy is trash and he cheated on my mama. Like, I'm like, why are you trying to make it seem like that's what happened? Like, he get on my nerves. So anyway, he eventually came out there and, you know, they're just talking about everything that has been going on in their relationships. And basically, eventually, Marceau even brings up how when he first got with Letitia, she had this presence about herself. She seemed like she was confident and like he used to walk behind her, which doesn't surprise me. He seems as if he's a butt man, so doesn't surprise me. I'm not sure. I'm pretty sure he wasn't walking behind her just like, ooh, I'm going to be a protector. I don't want anybody to walk up on you. No, it was mainly for the view. The truth is the truth. So anyway, he talking about she used to walk with, you know, confidence. But now, like over the past couple of years, he don't see that confidence anymore. And I'm like, every time we look up, your husband is saying some foul things. And some rumors are swirling, whether you want to accept them or not, but okay. You know what I'm saying? So I understand why you seem like you don't have that type of confidence anymore. He trying to understand what's going on. So Martell eventually come out there and, you know, want to know what everybody talking about. And he just like, look, it is what it is, whatever. So anyway, for whatever reason, the new couple, they have been trying to, I understand you wanting to be included because you're now a part of the circle, so to speak. But I feel like y'all need to ease y'all way into it because there's still a lot going on. It's just to the point where they are talking about giving Martell advice. And it's like, he ain't really trying to hear it like that because he has to process it the way he want to process it. And we know how bullheaded Martell is. So I'm like, I understand that she's expressing herself, but he don't really want to hear that. He wants his side to be heard and only his side to be acknowledged and not her hurt. And both of them are reacting from a hurt place. You can tell that it's still very, very new and fresh for them, because you have to understand that even though the youngest child is still young, like this is still new. This is still new. And they just got to a place where they are somewhat civil. So it just is what it is. But they're going to have to learn how to work together, do what they got to do. So anyway, the men see that the ladies that came outside and they are going to the pool and all of that. And then they're like, okay, well, where's Melody at though? And so I'm like, pretty sure she don't really want to be around y'all like that because all the stuff that popped off with Martell, but okay. Let's act like we don't know where she at and why is she where she at. Well, Martell takes it upon himself to say, well, I'll go check on to see where she at. She go knock on the door. He didn't announce himself. She said, come in, thinking that it's anybody but him. So as he's coming in, he was like, it's Martell. And she's like, oh God. Like, it wasn't even the fact whether or not she saw him. It was just the fact that it was him coming to the door. Man, he done came in the door. And he gonna come in trying to act like, oh, well, I was just coming to check on you. Everybody's waiting on you. Everybody want to know where you at, what you got going on. We waiting on you. And so she looking like, okay, so anyway, why were you coming into my room all early in the morning? He came in her room at like 1 something in the morning. He told us, oh, well, you know, because of everything that happened last night, I wanted to make sure that I'd apologize to you. She in the confessional like, boy, you know good well that that's not what this was. So I don't know why you trying to make it seem like that's what was going on. So it just has to stop. Well, she was like, look, all I got to say is yesterday, I hate how things happened. I wasn't trying to come at you like that. I never tried to come at you like that. But the problem is you keep saying things that trigger me. She listed out the things that in that moment triggered her, which was them having 4 kids and him basically saying that her music is BS. And it's like, she's expressing herself and she's saying that this is a dream that she's had for a long time. How you gonna say it's BS? But in the same breath, when it's all getting released, you messaging her, emailing her, and posting congratulations and all this other stuff. He's trying to make it seem like I'm just saying that I see that your dreams are coming true. I'm not saying congratulations for making this song that's about me. And Lord, they start arguing again. It gets so bad that producers have to call for Marceau to come in there to come and separate them, because I'm talking about they like this. I'm like, oh my gosh. Marceau had to get up out the pool, Lord. I said, why? All y'all in, I'm talking about it's so many people in there. Why can't y'all don't have security on set? Child, he had to get up out the pool and like raise up. He had to have this man like this and move him out of the room, because it's like, I feel like Martell likes this type of interaction with her. I feel like he loves it, because she tried to be nice to him. Even in this moment, she was like, you know, I just want to, you know, do what I want to do. I'm doing what I'm doing in here. You know, I wasn't outside because I'm just trying to gather myself. Yesterday was a lie. And so he was like, well, you know, we waiting on you. And so she was like, well, I'm not going outside until I'm finished talking. So she was trying to talk to him in a civil manner. It just went left as usual. Child, it done went left. It done went left so bad that she done went off. She was like, you trying to make it seem like I said all these other things. What I should have said was, and she said something about a side chick. Bringing up the side chick. That's what he get mad. It's like, I never understood this. Why is it the people who sit up here and cheat on you get mad when you bring up the raggedy heifers that they was out here cheating on you with? How you mad? This is what is ruining the relationship. This is what has ruined the relationship. But you want to get mad and you want to blow up because you talking about, oh, well, I want to talk. If you want to talk, you need to address the elephant in the room. You were having an affair or you were cheating. You know what I'm saying? If you're single, meaning if you were in a regular relationship, this person was cheating on you with these side people. If you were married, this man, woman, or whatever was having an affair with these side people. How do you, the person who is wrong on all fronts, how do you have the audacity to be mad? That's what I ain't never understood. Why is it that they jump bad when it's them? You the problem, bruh. You the problem. That's something that always tripped me out. How you gonna get mad at me when you sit up here talking about, oh, well, we're gonna talk about it when we're gonna talk about it. So then when you actually talk about the problem, because I'm trying to be nice to you and not even go there because I know it's going to turn into something that I don't want it to turn into. But then you want to go there. You want to keep pushing my buttons. You want to keep trying me. Then when I bring it up out of me, then it's a problem. That's what I don't understand. Stuff like that always trip me out. It's like, Anyway, like I said, Marcel had to raise up out the pool. Like he had this man like this. I said, man, y'all done went all the way off. So anyway, I'm talking about, it was to the point they done pulled him out of the room and everything. She still set it off. He in the kitchen trying to talk to her. And they still set it off. I'm like, Lord, this is a lie. Like, she's just, at this point, she's just feeling like, if I had known he would have been here, I would not have booked a flight to come out to Vegas for this foolishness. If I want to leave Huntsville, why is Huntsville being brought here? So anyway, they trying to bring everybody out of what's going on, and they gonna have this drinking game that's set up, but they still want to try to get Melody to come out the room. So all the ladies one by one go in, and they try to talk to her, and she's like, look, I'm just trying to get back into my, zone. I'm trying to get back into my happy place and all this other stuff. And, it took a little bit longer than the other guys thought it was going to take it. So they was like, oh, it must have turned into something. Melody was like, ultimately, like, I'll come out and play, but I mean, I'll just sit there, like, whatever. So the game is basically led by the new couple, Wildin' with the Whitlows or whatever their last name is. Anyway, so they talking, and they basically have created questions. All of these questions, for the most part, are like, sex-based. How many people have you had sex with in one night? Have you been faithful or something like that? Like all these, it's like crazy questions. It's like, what? Tell me why when the question came up about how many people did they have sex with in one night, they said whoever has the highest number, that's the person who win, I guess you could say. And I'm like, the way that the game, I don't even understand, because usually you have to take a drink if you, if you did do whatever it is. I don't know. Like, it just took on a mind of its own. Like, the way they were telling you had to drink for certain stuff, it didn't even make sense. But anyway, when it got to this question, Maurice said 6. Tell me why. Tell me why. Letitia was just like, okay, so, and I mean, she just started, it's like, that's pretty much what really started her on this downward slope. And I was just like, why is this what's happening in this moment? I'm guessing Kimmy didn't know nothing about this, but at this point, she like, why we got to discuss that? We don't need to discuss this right now. Like, why is this the topic of conversation? No, it happened, whatever. Like, she was like, well, did you use condoms? He was like, of course I did. Like, this heifer want to know if he took showers in between each woman. Like, what is going on? Now, Kimmy in the confessional, like, was I one of those women? Because I just need to know if I was in the rotation or not. And he was like, no, this was before I found myself. I found myself when I found you. And so she was like, oh, okay, because I just need to know what was going on here. So then they were like, drink if you're happy in your current relationship. And everybody took their drink except Marceau. So then later on, he took a sip out of like a shot cup, a little solo shot cup. And I'm just like, why are we going to sit up here and try to lie after the fact? And then, like, I understand that Letitia was a little tipsy or whatever, but you could still tell that she was kind of bothered by that. Like, it was just a lot. So later on, they're talking. And like I said, Letitia is going on this downward slope. And it's like, girl, why are you doing this? At first, it seemed genuine. It seemed okay. But then it just went left. So this is how it started off. She was like, okay, you know, we brought you guys here because we wanted you to help us to celebrate our 15th wedding anniversary and to celebrate friendship and love and togetherness and all this other stuff, whatever. So what tips can you give? What advice can you give us? Whatever, whatever. So everybody's saying what they're going to say as far as that is concerned. Then she talking about, okay, so Kimmy, I want to know if I can ask Maurice a question and it's not going to be something that you're going to take offense to. So she was like, okay, yeah, go ahead. Girl, you should have took her to the side and was like, let me ask you this. And then, you know, if it's inappropriate, then I just won't ask him. And you can, you know, when y'all get home or whenever, you can tell him off to the side what I said. But girl, I just want to know this. This heifer gonna say, did you try when you were in your marriage to Kaiwa to, you know, reconcile? Did you actually try? Do you think you would have still been able to be with her? Like basically trying to make it seem like, you know, did you just leave without trying? Or do you think you would have been able to still be with her had you tried and all this other stuff? I'm just like, why would you ask that? Like, he's with Kimmy. Kaiwa has a whole husband. They both have new spouses now. Like, I don't understand. But I'm glad that he turned it around the way that he did. And he basically was like, look, I left when I left. And it was for the best. I already knew. And whether you want to believe it or not, I did try. But at the same time, I already knew that it was over. There was going to be no reason for me to continue to stay in a situation where I was unhappy. I'm not finna do it. That is a waste. She was asking about if people was going to stay in marriages for, was she the one who asked? No. Later on, conversation started happening, with, Tiffany. See, this is how Tiffany gets into these situations that she be getting into. And I'm just like, you don't be understanding. So they end up doing outings separately later on, where it's just the men and the women doing what they're doing separately because of what happened with Melody and Martell. And nobody's really having fun yet like they should, because every time they've gone somewhere and they ended up back together, it was some kind of an argument, fight, something was going on. Well, everybody getting ready. And this is when I guess Whitlows, or I really don't know their names. Tiffany and her husband, they were talking because he was like, yeah, we were outside. We were playing basketball earlier. We were talking, and Marceau was talking about how Letitia doesn't have the confidence that she used to have. And it's like, if you don't have that confidence, then why would he, you know, see you the way that he need to see you and all this other, like, it was just like, I'm just like, now I'm seeing why y'all married at this point, because as soon as he started talking about, I'm just like, did you not learn your lesson the last time? This is how she got caught up last time. This is why she was crying last time. And it's like, no, it just, I don't understand why they don't understand this. But anyway, they thinking that they finna, you know, really bring something to the group and they getting ready to go and whatever. So anyway, the ladies are drinking, they out and they talking. And everything seems to be going well. No. Tiffany does set it off and she bringing up stuff, asking Letitia, you know, is she just married for the kids and all this other stuff? So she was like, no, I'm married because I love my husband and my relationship is great. And so she was like, well, I can't tell. Your husband was outside playing basketball with my husband and the other guys. And he said that you ain't got the confidence that you used to have. And I was just like, girl, why? Why? So anyway, it was just a lot. Like, she just was like, what, are you with him? Are you still with him because of the kids? Or like, what's going on here? So it's just to the point where she was just like, I don't know what you're talking about. Like, my relationship is solid and I'm great. I don't have any confident issues. I don't have any issues with anything that you're talking about. Like, what are you talking about? I love myself. I'm just like, Lord. Like, the fact that Destiny brought up that this heifer surprised her husband with a wedding to shade her, because she was like, how you gonna sit up there and surprise your husband with a therapy session? And I'm like, woo, child. So she was like, I mean, I understand what you're saying, but I know my husband and I know what works and whatever. Child, whatever. So she kept reading her. Like, Destiny was off on the side just looking at this heifer like, girl, like, read the room. What is going on here? Why won't you read the room, ma'am? Why won't you read it? Like, you never read the room. So then we actually end up seeing Melody jump in, and she seemed as though she is defending what Tiffany is saying. And so she was like, well, what do you think that she should be saying? Because I understand what she's saying and I don't feel like she said anything wrong. And so she was like, I just wish she would do like what Kimmy says, which is to have some couth. Like, she really does come out of nowhere, and it's just so matter of fact, and it's just so, like, there's just no emotion about it. There's no kind of emotion. There's no kind of, you know, way to like smooth it out and smooth it over the way she says it. It's just like, and it's really, to me, she just really be looking like, it's just the way she do it. I'm just like, you come off so messy. And I get why Destiny ain't here for you. You already rubbed the wrong way off rip when didn't nobody even know you. But it is what it is. That was pretty much the episode. And Letitia next week is going to sit up there and try to surprise her husband with a vow renewal at one of those little white chapels in Vegas. And he ain't here for it. Like, I guess she feels like, oh, I got a big audience. He'll go through with it. It's like, girl, why? Girl, no. So anyway, it's some foolishness, y'all. I'm sorry I'm all over the place. It's just, it's just too much going on. And my mind is fried over this Kelly Price stuff, y'all. I am tired, like, for real. Anyway, I'm going to try to be back with Family or Fiance. I do want to do Black Family Mafia. Black Mafia family. Is it Black? Yeah, Black Mafia Family. But I got to see how I feel about it first, because I already like most of the people who are cast members on there. And yeah, it's interesting so far, but I stopped it so that I could do this. But we're going to see. If not, I might do it and do a thoughts post, because a lot of shows that I like watching, and a lot of other people do recap reviews on. I've been watching them since their inception pretty much, but I, you know, opt out of doing recap reviews on them. That might be one of them, but it just depends on how I feel, y'all. Anyway, hopefully y'all enjoy the recap review of this. Please thumbs up this video and subscribe to my channel if you have not done so. And make sure that the post notifications are turned on so that you will be notified every time I upload something. All right. Well, y'all take care. Be safe out there, and I'll see y'all later on. Bye.